Hey everyone, and welcome. We're all trying to live longer, healthier lives, right? But what if I told you the biggest roadblocks aren't some complex mystery, but are actually hiding in plain sight, right in your grocery cart? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden architects of aging found in some of our most common foods. So, let's just jump right in with a question that, might be a little unsettling. Are the very foods you've been picking up, thinking you're doing the right thing, actually making you age faster from the inside out? It's a pretty wild thought, but we're going to follow the science and unmask some culprits you might not expect. All right, first up, let's talk about the cellular saboteurs. These are things that sneak into our diet and cause damage on a microscopic level. And we're going to start with two items that have probably been in your kitchen forever: margarine and, believe it or not, fruit juice. I mean, for decades, we were told margarine was the smart, heart-healthy choice over butter. But here's the reality. To make that creamy spread out of a liquid vegetable oil, manufacturers use a process that creates these industrial, totally unnatural trans fats. And for your cells, they are an absolute disaster. Okay, picture this. Your cell membranes, they need to be flexible, right? Fluid so they can do their job. Well, trans fats are like these rigid, weirdly shaped molecules that get jammed into that delicate machinery. They just don't fit. They make everything stiff and they literally gum up the works, causing the whole system to grind and break down. That leads directly to damage and inflammation, which are the absolute hallmarks of aging. Next on the list, fruit juice. We see that label 100% pure and natural, and we think, hey, it's just like eating an orange. But it's really not. Not even close. When they process it, they strip out all the fiber. And what you're left with is a straight-up, highly concentrated fructose bomb that just slams into your system all at once. See, without that fiber to slow things down, that flood of fructose creates a massive sugar shock. Your liver just gets completely overwhelmed, and that triggers this huge inflammatory response throughout your entire body. It's kind of like a corrosive force. Think of it like rust forming on your internal machinery. That right there, that's accelerated aging in real time. All right, our next culprit is a classic case of food marketing deception. Let's head over to the salad dressing aisle. You're trying to eat a nice healthy salad, so you grab that low-fat or fat-free bottle, but what you're really getting is a masterpiece of processed deception. So here's the trick. When manufacturers take the fat out, they're also taking out all of the flavor and the texture. So they have to replace it with, well, something else. And that something is usually a chemical concoction. We're talking high fructose corn syrup for sweetness, weird food starches and chemical thickeners for that creamy feel, and a whole cocktail of artificial flavors and colors to make it look like food. You're not choosing a healthier option. You're pouring a science experiment on your salad that actually causes inflammation, completely wiping out the benefits of all those healthy greens. And now for our final and maybe the most powerful aging accelerator of them all, alcohol. We tend to focus on what it does to the liver, but the damage is so much bigger than that. It's really a system-wide assault on your entire body. Just let that sink in for a second. Damages every organ system. Not some of them, not just the one you hear about. Every single one. And that's not me being dramatic, that's just the clinical reality of what happens when the body is consistently exposed to alcohol. It's a head-to-toe problem. And the damage is just everywhere. In your brain, it can literally shrink brain volume and mess with your thinking. For your heart, it ups the risk of high blood pressure and weird heartbeats. The liver, of course, gets inflamed, scarred, and its cells start to die. It can even trigger this awful toxic inflammation in the pancreas. And get this, it damages your gut lining, so you can't even properly absorb the nutrients from the healthy food you are eating. It's just a full body attack that pushes the fast forward button on the aging clock. Okay. Wow, after all that bad news, you might be feeling a little bummed out, but please don't be, because knowledge is power. And here's the best part. The fix is surprisingly simple. So let's pivot to the resolution. 3 incredibly easy swaps you can make, like today, to take back control and start promoting longevity. Here it is. This is your action plan, and it could not be simpler. 1. Ditch the margarine. 2. Drop the fruit juice. And 3. Dismiss the low-fat dressing. Seriously? That's it. This isn't some complex, life-altering overhaul. These are just 3 direct, powerful choices that kick the key architects of aging right out of your diet, starting with your very next trip to the store. So what do you use instead? It's easy. Swap that trans fat margarine for beautiful, healthy fats from olive oil or avocado. Instead of drinking that fructose bomb, just eat the actual piece of fruit. You get all the fiber and nutrients that nature intended. And for your salad, a super simple vinaigrette with good olive oil and vinegar is 1,000 times better than that chemical concoction. In every single case, you're just swapping something fake and processed for something real and pure. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that what we leave out of our diet can be just as important as what we put in. Getting rid of these 3 things is a huge leap forward, which of course leaves us with one last question to think about. What other hidden architects might be shaping your health? The journey never really ends, so keep questioning and keep learning.